Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. And good morning, Coon Rapids. Good morning, Minneapolis. Good morning, Sauk Rapids. I don't think there's any more rapids. Good morning, Plymouth. Good morning, St. Paul. And welcome to the Jason Show on this Wednesday, July 4th. Is it 15th today? The 15th, 2020. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. And no matter where you are, please put your hands together for my sister, soldier, co-host. Look at her. Oh, look at you. Look at that. It's Miss Kendall, everybody. Nice hair, Kendall.
Thanks, Jace. Happy Tax Day.
Happy Tax Day. We had the fake applause. You know, we're upping the budget just a little bit on our show. We gave about $25 for a clapping sound effect because, you know, we don't have an audience. And we were going to play it. We were going to play it for you. But that $25 was spent poorly because you should see Jeff over there. This is what he's doing, hitting the button. It's not working. The Sheila Oliver fake clapping sound effect is not working. I'm sorry. But here, I'll just clap for you.
It's okay.
Thank you. It's Kendall, everyone.
Thanks.
Yeah. Are you having a good Wednesday? It's going to be beautiful today, Kendall. You going to get out? You're going to do some hiking, biking, shopping? What are you going to do today?
Well, actually, I'm going over to learn how to make really delicious protein shakes, which I know sounds ridiculous, but you and I make a lot of these, so I'm going on a shoot today, and obviously it will air on the show later on, but I'm really excited about it because they make like monster cookie dough shakes and like peanut butter cookie shakes at this place.
Oh.
So I'm going to eat. That's what I'm going to do today.
Yeah, you'll see that in a future episode, and Kendall's right. We did it as a package here, I think the beginning of last season or whatever. Kendall starts your day with a protein shake. I do mine that Trainer Galen, a full banana, cup of blueberries, half a cup of almond milk. I do a strawberry, a thing of spinach. Popeye. Oh, that was more of a pirate, not Popeye. But anyway.
Wait.
I meant to be Popeye, but that was more.
One strawberry?
I just do one little strawberry. And then I put ice and I blend it. And that's what I drink every day of my life. Except during the beginning days of the quarantine when I didn't care and I just ate chicken fingers for breakfast. But, you know, that was then. This is now. Hey, speaking of the quarantine, so you see Kendall's house right there. See Kendall's beautiful artwork behind her and the flower next to her. There's no debating of what those two items are. It's obviously a flower to her right, and it's obviously a photograph or a painting to her left. Well, as you know, we were doing the home shows up until this week. And I was doing them, as I said many times, I was doing them from my, I had a little like radio studio that I turned into a TV studio in my house. Well, something in that home studio really got people worked up because they couldn't figure out what it is. So Leo, let's take camera, is it 7 over here? Okay, so let's take this. This really got people worked up. So there's the home studio. Let me zoom in. This thing right here, people could not figure out what that was. And hysterically, and this is not a joke, I had 2 people that emailed me very concerned that that was a swastika. Well, no, it is. No. Let's be very clear. It is not a swastika, which I just never thought I was ever going to have to say on the Jason Show. But I want to be clear. This is not. This is actually the logo to the South Fork Ranch from Dallas. That Hagen and Oates made for me. Look at that. Hagen and Oates, who have been on our show many times. That's the South Fork logo that I put in my background because executive producer Jeff started complaining about the reflection on all of my pictures. So Kendall, this is made of wood, so there was no reflection, but then I caused that hullabaloo, people wondering what it was. But the great mystery is over. Don't worry to the people that wrote. It's just a ranch logo. Okay, let's get started, everybody. It is time for the hot dish. Here we go. It worked! The Sheila Oliver fake applause worked, everybody. That is great. Well, let's start off. The ink hasn't dried on the shakeup over at Dancing with the Stars. Host Tom Bergeron was let go on Monday, and then Aaron Andrews. And now we're learning who's going to replace him. ABC has announced that Tyra Banks will be schmizing her way into the host position. She will be the new host, and she will also serve as executive producer. The Alphabet Network says the team is working to refresh the format. Now, you guys know Tyra, she's hosted a couple things before. She did America's Got Talent for like a season. And then, obviously, most famously, America's Top Model over there on UPN. Remember when it was UPN? Yeah, anyway. Then it became the Frog Network. And anyway, no, that was two separate things. Here's my feeling on this. I'm not overly excited. I like Tyra as a person. She's been a guest on our show. I think she's lovely. But I don't always love when she hosts. I hope that makes sense. Also, I know that this business is awful. It's just icky sometimes and very cutthroat. But my goodness, as Ted wrote in the script, the press release wasn't even sent out to everybody and saying goodbye to Tom, who gave many years to that show. And then they're already like, bye, Tom, here's Tyra. I thought that was a little tackorama. What did you think, Kendall?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Tom was a big part of the success of the show. People really liked him. And we talked about this yesterday. I think we're going to find more and more people liked him than you even knew about. I love Tyra. I feel the way you do, I think. She was so successful on America's Next Top Model. But that was exactly her shtick. That was her thing. I think that's why she was so good at it. I'm curious to see how she'll do. She'll definitely be a different vibe than Tom Bergeron with his British almost accent with Dancing with the Stars. She might do that. I don't know.
Okay, I think she's thinking of Lynn Goodman, but that's okay. I also think, too, that the format does need a... Yeah, you're thinking of Lynn Goodman, but the format needed to be changed because let's be... Yeah, Kendall's just realizing it. Where's that fake applause? Can I get an applause for Kendall's... right there. Lady, she just remembered she's talking about Lynn Goodman. Way to go, Kendall. The format does need to be refreshed. Let's not beat around the bush. It had two awful cycles, bad ratings, diminishing returns. They had that scandal with Bobby Bones winning when somebody else... Anyway, it needs to be refreshed. I'm just not sure this is going to be enough to save it. Let's move on. Next in the dish, fans of one of the longest-running reality TV shows will have to wait a bit longer to hear these famous words.
Ninth person voted out and the second member of our jury. John. That's two, that's enough. Need to bring me a torch. John, the job is spoken.
That's basically how I'm going to get fired from here. CBS has spoken, and season 41, and before we go any farther, let's let that number sink in for a second. Season 41 of Survivor will not air this fall. CBS had to shut down production thanks to the pandemic. Thanks, pandemic. In its place this fall, CBS will run a new season of The Amazing Race, which had been filmed prior to the pandemic. That will air on Wednesday nights. Yeah, that's a good replacement. If you're going to get rid of Survivor, which, I mean, by the way, who would ever in their right mind sign up for that show right now? I don't need... You would, Jeff, you would sign up for Survivor? No. And Ted would too? What are y'all, crazy? You think I'm nuts going to Disney World and you guys are going to some island with some monkeys that could bite you that might have the disease? No. Kendall, would you sign up for Survivor? Right? Okay, there we go. We already have the answer. Would you sign up?
Girl, this is like a whole nother level of Survivor. No, this is like brings Survivor to a whole new level. Like, I think Amazing Race will be great though, like you said. I mean, if you're into those shows, I don't really watch a lot of them, but if you are, at least you have something to look forward to this fall, right?
Amazing Race, how sweet is your show. Next in the dish, Liz Lemon and the gang from 30 Rock are getting back together for a one-time special. But if it's not on TV, did it really happen? We'll explain in a second, but first here's a clip from the preview they released.
Thursday.
No mask, Hotshot?
We're in an open-air system.
You scared of the virus now?
I already had corona. I was on my way to donate plasma.
Boom! Another successful interaction with a man.
30 Rock returns.
Shut up!
With an all-new reunion special.
Dreams really do come true. How did you slap me?
I have the iPhone 40.
Okay. Now that promo you're thinking, and I thought this too when I first saw it. That's great. I was a fan of 30 Rock. It looks good, right? Well, more than half. Here's the problem. Here's the hiccup in their giddy-up. More than half of the country, including here in the Twin Cities, will not see that special tomorrow night. Because TV broadcasters think the event is too much of a commercial for NBC's new Peacock streaming platform. The program wasn't even produced by the entertainment division. It was produced by NBC's ad sales division. So it's basically like the Psychic Friends Network. It's like a salad shooter commercial, but for Peacock. And to try to explain it to you, a little inside baseball, but the reason the stations don't want to air it is this. Peacock basically competes against TV stations like Fox 9. Look, we're not in denial. We all know that we all watch streaming services, but for NBC to be like, turn the channel and watch Peacock now is a little bit of a slap in the face to all of their affiliates across the country, including here in the Twin Cities. I don't blame them. At first, I'm more on the side of NBC, but after reading that it was an infomercial and not a true reunion, it's tacky, isn't it, Kendall?
Yeah, but I still want to watch it. The show's funny.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew. Give her an applause, Jeff. Give her a fake applause. So there we go. Yeah, I knew. Yeah.
I mean, the promo was hilarious. Like, I have an iPhone 40.
Okay, yeah, you're right. The promo's funny. That's probably the only 2 lines in the entire thing. The rest of it's probably like, have you subscribed to Peacock yet? You know what I mean? You can watch old episodes of Manimal, you know, that... You know, Kendall, you don't know
what is that?
Manimal was a show during the dark days of NBC in the early 80s. And it was about a man who could change into animals. Thus the name Manimal. And he was a crime fighter. Wasn't he a crime fighter, Jeff?
Sounds like a canned meat.
Yeah, he was. There's nothing wrong with canned meat, young lady. But he was a crime fighter or he was a detective or something. It was horrible. I mean, it was probably, I think, in the list of worst shows ever, it's in there. Manimal. At 8/7 Central.
Name.
Come
All
home to NBC. Still ahead, everyone. Tina Turner is making a comeback. We'll tell you who her latest project is with. No, not Oprah. Plus, producer Ted returns with a show he is watching on Netflix, and he promises, this is the most awkward date in television history. And then, HGTV stars and our good friends Bret and Heather Fox are back with us with the best and easiest ways to make changes to your house, even in the pandemic. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
I had bones that felt like they were made out of soda crackers. Every time I moved around, I felt like something was cracking inside me. And you know when you have you ever had a really sore butt, Steve?
Yes, I have, Tom. Yes, I have.
Just like it felt like your older brother had held you down and just kept fisting you in the buttocks, you know, until you'd said something like, "I love Flipper." Say it. I love Flipper. Say it. I love Flipper. Well, I finally said I love Flipper, but it felt like my butt was just so sore.
I will never watch the television show Flipper in the same way now.
This tells you something about the relationship of me and my older brother, in which I was forced to admit that I loved Flipper.
Sure.
But that's how I felt.
That's how he felt. Welcome back to the show. The great Tom Hanks on Colbert last night talking about his rather unique COVID-19 symptoms. Tom is promoting his new movie. Everyone's loving this. I got to watch it. Greyhound, streaming on Apple TV+. Jeff, have you ever seen it? No, not yet. I got to watch. I'm not big on war movies, but I'm going to watch that one. What? I'm sorry? Director Leo has? Leo, was it good? Leo? It was very good. Well, there we go. What more do you need? You got Leo's stamp of approval. More late night for you. Demi Moore was on with Seth Meyers, and because she kept her Instagram followers updated on her quarantine life, they noticed something. Just like, you know, the people noticed my thing at South Fork. Something. They noticed the carpet in the bathroom. That she had carpet in the bathroom. Now, she defended that decision. Look.
Actually, because this is the house, again, that my children grew up in. And that originally was a Bruce Willis choice.
Okay.
So not to put it off on him. We also live in the mountains where it gets very cold. So it's never bothered me. It's actually quite good. We put rugs in our bathroom.
Yeah, that's true.
But I appreciate the interest that has gone into all of my little oddities, because
Demi Moore joining us from the 13th annual Share Cruise. Demi is holed up in her mountain house in Idaho, and she records her adult podcast, Dirty Diana, from that bathroom. I don't. It's an adult? It's a Demi Moore adults only podcast? Hold on a minute. What time? Do we have time to check it out before we continue? Kendall, look that podcast up during the next commercial break. See if it's worth anything.
Okay. I will. I'll let you know. I have carpet in my bathroom, and my parents have carpet in their bathroom. However, neither of us chose it. They were both like when we moved in, and they were both 80s flips. So that makes sense. It was like a thing for a time.
Yeah, I lived during the 80s. I don't ever remember carpet in any, and I would flip, yeah. Carpet in a bathroom? No. Got to ask Bret and Heather Fox about that. I don't think that's, no. I don't know if that was a thing, but maybe, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Next in the dish, let's move on. The wheels are churning over at film studio Lionsgate, and the word is they may be working on a sequel to an iconic, speaking of the 80s, late 80s movie. Here's a hint.
So I'll tell you something. This could be love because
Fun fact, that was shot at 4 o'clock in the morning after many tries for that lift. A Dirty Dancing movie could be entering production in the near future. Jennifer Grey, who starred in the original, just signed on to executive produce and star in an untitled film set in the 90s. The original Dirty Dancing totaled $218 million at the box office. And again, Kendall was not lucky enough to be alive during the Dirty Dancing phenomenon. That summer, I'm not kidding, Kendall, I believe that was 86 or 87. You couldn't go anywhere. I mean, it was the biggest movie. Everybody watched it. The moment it came on VHS, remember those? The moment it came on video, we bought it. I watched it so many times. I wore it out. They made 2 soundtracks. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, I've seen it so many times. I loved that movie when I was a kid. We had it on VHS too.
Yeah, it was huge. And now, and it's funny, so I don't know about this. Look, if it's just a totally different story, I'm down with it. If it's just a movie about dancing and coming of age, great, whatever. And if Jennifer Grey's behind it, sure. But more interestingly to me, speaking of Dirty Dancing, so you know that resort, Kendall, is real. I believe it's in Virginia, and it's open to the public. You can stay there. Remember the lake that they did that famous the practice scene when he lifts her up in the lake? Well, mysteriously, like 12 years ago, that lake dried up. It just dried up and it became like a meadow. Well, no, listen, and so I just read this last night. Mysteriously, it's starting to fill back up again after 12 years. That lake is now filling back up.
Shut up.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I need to go there.
I mean, really cool, but how weird is that? I don't know. I'm really glad that she has a hand in it. If Jennifer's in the movie, I'm kind of like, how do you do it if it's a follow-up without Patrick Swayze? I don't know. But, I mean, I'm curious.
Or maybe it's just a whole new story. Maybe she's not even playing baby. Maybe it's just a new coming-of-age story with dancing. I don't know. Next in the dish, speaking of dancing, Tina Turner may be making a comeback. This is the best news of the week. She and Norwegian producer Kygo are working on a remix of this iconic Tina song.
What's love got to do? It's got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do?
Yeah, the two are coming together for a remix of Tina's mega hit, What's Love Got to Do With It? And it's actually going to be available on Friday. But here's the real news. Kygo announced with this picture, look at that, on his Instagram account, that Tina is 80 years old. That is, now I don't know if that's a recent publicity photo, but still 80 years old. And this is why it's good news, Kendall. She was asked by Oprah, who obviously is a good friend of hers, will you ever come back on the road? Will you ever come out of retirement? And Tina was pretty emphatic with saying, I'm never going to come back. I'm done. I've done it. I don't need to do it. So the fact that she's back in the studio, even in a minimal sense, is really good news for everyone that missed her first ride, because I'll say it until the day I die, the Tina Turner concert is one of the best concerts I ever, in 96, Tina was one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a good number of concerts.
Yeah, I think she might have changed her tune after. So Kygo did, people might have heard of Higher Love, the remix with Whitney Houston that is on the radio everywhere right now. He did that. So people are watching are like, who's this kid? Maybe she heard that and was like, clearly he can work with really good music and keep it in its goodness while still updating it. If that makes sense?
Yeah, keeping the essence of what made it popular to begin with originally, but updating it for a modern audience. Absolutely. Yeah, Tina, I love you. Next in the dish, Viola Davis making history in a popular publication. The Oscar-winning actress is, look at this, this is a stunning cover, is on the cover of Vanity Fair. That photo, the reason this is a huge deal, other than the fact that we just love Viola, that photo is the first by a black photographer to grace the magazine's cover. 54-year-old photographer Dario Calmez shot the actress. Now, in the interview, Viola, the interview's making some news too, because she talked about recent racial injustice protests, as well as being a black woman in Hollywood. And this is the thing that's trending. I saw this on Entertainment Tonight's Instagram. I saw this on TMZ. Viola also talks about in the interview that she regrets playing her part in the 2011 movie The Help. That movie was set in Mississippi during the civil rights movement and follows a young white woman who is an aspiring journalist and black maids in that town. She says the film's storyline caters primarily to white viewers. She says it provides some insight into the experiences of black Americans, especially in the 60s, but it did not contribute to a greater cultural awareness and understanding of the truth of what it was really like. What it was really like for black maids in the 60s raising white children. And Kendall, it's funny, I admittedly, I enjoyed that movie. It's based on a book. But when she said that, it's very true. It is very much, you see it a little bit through the maid's point of view, but it's really more about the other residents of that town. And there was an opportunity there that I think was missed to really speak to the experience of those maids, and they skated around the surface but didn't get too deep in it.
And when I was reading the story, I wish I could remember if the book really got into it, because I watched the movie like a lot of people and then read the book because I liked the movie a lot, which is speaking to what you're saying, and she's saying that it caters to white people, me, you. But I can't remember if the book got into it, and I agree. I see what she means. It almost wasn't like, okay, this is a little surface level. Yeah, you see the girl crying. Yes, it's heartfelt, but like much more traumatizing than we're led on in that movie.
Absolutely. Still ahead, everyone. It was so cringy. It was so cringy. It may be the most awkward date of all time, captured by TV cameras. Producer Ted has a recap of the show Dating Around. That and more when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Looking at comments, the Jason Show fan club does an online chat every day live during our show. It's like a running report card of how Ted, Jeff, and I are doing. Either pass or fail, right, Ted? People are talking about the carpet in the bathroom. I stand corrected. I was alive in the 80s, but Cindy, Penny, Nancy, everyone had carpet in their bathrooms in the 80s. I had never heard of anything. I don't know. We're going to have to do some investigation. There's a dating show on Netflix you may not have heard about. It's called Dating Around, and season 2 dropped a couple months ago, actually. And it's not exactly a new concept, but a resident dating show expert loves it. And that means it's time for America Loves Ted. Joining us from a safe 34 feet away from me across the studio is producer Ted Johnson. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
If Jeff was here, I would give you the Sheila Oliver fake applause. Do we have it? There we go. Ted Johnson, everyone. Our fake sound effect named after our general manager, Sheila Oliver. Okay, dating around. What's this about?
So we have one single who goes on a date with 5 different people, and they sort of string it together. It kind of all flows together each date. You know, we have drinks, and it kind of splits us up into different dates. So we don't do one date at a time. We kind of do them all at the same time.
But you're dating 5 different people.
5 different people.
So let's talk hypothetically. Let's say you were on the show. So you would be in this place and you would go date like 5 different women.
In the same place, 5 different women. And we would have similar conversations, but it would be edited together, all the different women.
Got it.
And it's shot really well. It's an interesting idea. The people, you root for the people. They're different ages. They're, gay people, which we don't see a lot of.
No, not on these dating shows. You don't.
No.
We date too, everybody. We date too.
There was an older person there.
Well, look at that.
Yeah. So it's highly recommended. Season 2. Yeah.
In the recipe of all of these shows, whether it's Bachelor, Bachelor Nation, Bachelor in Paradise, whatever, Love Connection, there's always a villain. There's always a recipe, and in the recipe, there's always a villain. However, are there actual likable people on this show?
Very likable people. And you find yourself rooting for certain people or certain people, several people, and you're like, who's she going to choose? But there are also jerks.
Yeah?
Like every reality show. But they do push back, and sometimes they do kick them out. So
they kick
if they've had enough of the person, they're like, I think this date's over.
Are the villains because they're just, what I'm going to say.
They're just not good people.
They're just, okay. Yeah. That's all we really need to say on that. Okay, now we've been teasing this, and usually I'm the one that speaks in hyperbole and dramatic adjectives and goes on and on about something. But Ted came in today, and then Jeff said, Ted means this. You are telling us that you witnessed, let me read this, the most awkward date of all time on television.
From start to finish, I was like, and then I was texting my friends, and I'm like, you have to watch this. Here's why.
Yeah.
Let's just roll it.
I'm not 100% sure what kind of flowers those are. I think they might be chrysanthemums.
So you bought me something you don't know what it is? No, I'm just joking. It's beautiful.
Only the finest. Have you ever been here?
I haven't.
I have not either.
It's going to be a great experience.
It's going to be, we don't know the flowers, we don't know the restaurant, we don't know each other.
I actually have 2 homes. So
You have 2 homes?
Well, yeah, because I go back and forth because I have children. Yeah.
Cool.
I have 2 boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you have any children?
I do not. No.
Do you want kids? With your career path, is that in it?
So, man, okay. The short answer is yes.
Oh.
The whole thing is like that, and that not just one dater, but all 5 of them.
My favorite moment, and we can recreate it. I have kids.
Great,
as he says through gritted teeth. Great. Oh, that's cool. I think he said cool.
Yeah,
cool.
And then the waiter would come over, and they'd be like, "Okay, do you guys want to go to your table?" And he'd be like,
sure. So do you have to sit in that agony? Does Netflix make you watch most of that date, or is it pretty short?
Well, so that was just one of the daters. So there's 4 other women that we cut back and forth to.
With that same guy.
Oh, that same guy.
And that's how he really talks? I have to ask that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And you're just you're watching this, and you're like, this isn't real. So if people want to watch, you can skip the other episodes. Ben. It's season 2, episode Ben. Write this down. Right. Episode Ben.
Ben.
And here's the thing. Some of the women, you're just like this woman right here. He has no chance with her. But by the end, you're like, he was down for the count like 5 times, and he's like fighting his way back, and he's not out of it.
So this is, if you're gonna watch one episode of this ridiculous series, the Ben episode is the one to watch.
Yeah.
So what usually happens, because the end of The Bachelor, it's the rose thing. We showed Survivor that you put out the torch. What usually, did they just end and cut to black, or what?
So sometimes they will go out to, get a drink after dinner, and then after the night's over, then we, give them a couple of days, and then they're off in a park, and then whoever gets the second date shows up.
And that's it.
And that's it. So we don't actually know if they end up together, but we know someone gets a second date.
Can I guess that at the end, spoiler alert, the young lady in that clip, there was not a second date with Ben? Am I pretty?
I don't know.
Wow, okay. It's called what? Dating Around?
Dating Around on Netflix.
Seasons 1 and 2. Okay. Give it up for producer Ted. Go ahead and fire off the fake applause. There we go. And as I said, Dating Around is available right now on Netflix. Still ahead, everyone. Local HGTV stars Bret and Heather Fox are back. What they're working on now and how you can make small changes to your house. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. A little side view there. Hello. Well, our next guests from their HGTV show, Stay or Sell. Bret and Heather Fox are known for awesome home renovations, and now they're helping you decorate and design your home. And please join me in welcoming back to the show our good friends Bret and Heather Fox from Fox Homes via Zoom. Hi, guys.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Well, the last time I chatted with you guys, it was more toward the beginning of the quarantine. I'll start with this. How you guys doing?
We're good. Yeah. It feels good that it's summer, right? And the weather's beautiful. We're able to be outside. Pandemicville isn't a great place for any of us to live, but I'd rather have the beautiful weather and, patios are open. There's good things are happening.
Things to celebrate.
Well, I was going to say things to celebrate, including, we mentioned this briefly when you joined us a couple months ago, your new retail store. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so we are officially open now. Starting this week, we'll be 7 days a week from 11 to 7. Sundays is noon to 5. But it's awesome. It's great. There's so many people out there right now who want to get out and do something. And I think we're kind of, in a really strange way, opening at a great time because it's a home decor and accessories store. And everybody is kind of like focusing on their home and wanting to update those things. So it's been great, and it's been really cool just to connect with people, and even if we're all wearing masks, see actual people has been really awesome.
Yeah, I said this yesterday, guys. It's such a cliche, but I've just missed basic human interaction. Seeing producer Jeff and Brad, you know what I mean? I've missed it. So I would imagine seeing actual human beings coming into your space is quite delightful.
Oh, it's been awesome, and I think everyone's ready for a little human interaction. So people coming in, they're happy to be there. We're so happy to have them. And it's just been a really great experience in the midst of all of this.
And Brad, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys have been working on this for many years, right?
Yeah, it was an idea that Heather had, we had talked about probably for 4 or 5 years. And then we signed the lease on this space back in October, November, I think. So, and really last summer. So it's been a long process. And then we finally got through all the construction. We were planning on opening around early April, had all this inventory, and then wham, early March came and everything shut down. But we had to take a couple month delay. But now, like Heather said, everyone's so excited to get out that I feel like we got maybe kind of a whiplash where everyone's like, I gotta get out of the house and just throw my mask on and, hand sanitize and then go find some fun stuff. So
you mentioned inventory. Heather, we saw some video a few minutes ago kind of flying through the space. What are some of your favorite items that people, that you've placed there? What's some of your favorite things?
Yeah, okay, so my favorite is I'm a plant lady. I love indoor plants. We have a ton of them in our home.
She talks to her plants. I'm just going to say that publicly
I do.
On TV.
Yeah, I do. I admit it. I also give them baths and set them outside to suntan and everything.
You take them on walks.
But we're selling indoor plants. We partnered with Tonkadale for all of our actual plants, and I have brought in some of the most amazing makers with just really beautiful indoor and outdoor pots. So it's been kind of cool, and that's been probably our best seller also, just because I think people want to have a little a little greenery and a little life in their space. So that's been my favorite.
Well, there's a lot more going on with Bret and Heather, including maybe kind of something with HGTV. Plus, we're going to talk about DIY projects when we come back. Stay with us, everyone. More with Bret and Heather right after this. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good morning. Thanks for spending a little bit of it with me. Well, with everyone staying home, it's no surprise home projects are more popular than ever. Bret and Heather Fox are back. Now, before I ask you about that, though, look, we always talk about HGTV when you're here. What can you say? What's going on? If you have to speak in code, just draw a picture. What can you tell us?
I wish we knew every detail. The honesty is that we actually don't know all the details. We do know that we will be back this fall with a new show of some kind. Yeah. Honestly, we know we'll be back. We don't know all the details yet. So it's not even really, being coy here. We're just giving you what we get.
Hey, I think you both would agree. That's good news right there, because you guys know it's a tough business. The success rate is like opening a restaurant. Sometimes projects take off and sometimes they don't. I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're excited.
Well, let's move into some DIY, because as you mentioned, this actually is a great time for a business like yours, because really all we can do is go outside and do DIY projects. So I wanted to ask you, what are the most popular areas of the home to freshen up right now?
I would say what I am getting so many calls and questions about is the living room, the general living space, really, where people are spending so much time with their families. I get, just simple updates that people can make. And I think that a lot of it comes down to declutter, get rid of the things that you're not using, and then bring in some inexpensive accessories, some pillows, a throw. If you're feeling crazy, maybe a new rug. And those are the types of things that can really just completely change and update a space without breaking the bank. We're not talking about new flooring or even a new couch. I mean, you can use what you have, just bringing in those little accessories and pillows to add some life really make a big difference.
You guys are obviously the experts on this. Most people do these projects over the weekend. So what are some good little ideas or tips for the weekend projects? What should people be doing, for a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's prep. Make sure that you have the right hands. One thing that's been really popular recently is like the peel and stick wallpaper. That is awesome. That's a really inexpensive way to make a pretty big change and a big impact. Make sure you have 2 people. Have 4 hands there, because you're going to want somebody to hold it in place while you're unrolling. So I think it's just like that preparation, making sure you have what you need, so you're not making those last minute runs all over the place, wasting time, and make sure you have the hands you need too.
I'm the one that takes forever and measures 14 times, and Heather's just like, nope, right there, boom, just boom, just.
Like, would you guys say, not only because it's a small project that can make a big impact, but you can do it on a weekend, a backsplash? Am I wrong on that? That's a good one to do.
Yeah, that can work. I mean, honestly, tile, I'd say tile's maybe like a level 2 kind of thing. Like,
okay.
But really, honestly, can be done. It sounds funny, but maybe go on YouTube, watch some videos. It really can be done, and there's great affordable tile like Home Depot, Lowe's, all those places. You could definitely try your hand at it. Worst case, you pull it all down and have somebody fix it.
The hard part is cutting and grouting.
Yeah,
those are kind of the tricky part.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. No. I'll call somebody. No. We have about 30 seconds. You guys are always so good with. About a minute. With trends. What are you guys seeing? What colors? What patterns? What's hot right now?
Yeah. So, okay, really interesting. All of the furniture that we're seeing come out and everything that's kind of in the new trends is curved. So instead of having those straight lines and modern sofas are curved, tables are curved, legs on things are curved. We're seeing so many curves, which is really cool, kind of fun. Colors, I mean, I think color is really the trend. Where instead of everything being black, white, and gray, we're seeing more and more of, blushes and blues and rust colors. Kind of the fall colors are really pretty hot right now. You know, what you think of when you think of typical fall, the mustards and the rusts and all of those. But color is in.
And then more on the construction side, like wood cabinets and kitchens, those are coming back. So a lot of white kitchens, gray kitchens out there. We love that look, but a lot of people are asking for wood cabinets. So it's kind of an interesting twist because those were gone for a long time.
Everything is cyclical. Everything is. Heather and Brad Fox, I say it every time you're here. Good things happen to good people. You're one of our favorites, and I can't wait to come to the store with my mask on and stay a safe 12 feet away. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys. Check out their new store, Foxwell in Edina, and for more information, check out foxhomes.com. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. Like I said, I've been saying all week, I'll say it for a little while, just in case you're back with us live, because we are live. This is not a rerun. It is July 15th, 2020. We don't have a studio audience now. We won't probably for a little while until it's safe, but you can still stay connected with our show on social media. Just check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's really easy to search for Jason Show TV. We want to hear from you. I always say this, we're a small staff. We may take a while to get back to you, but we do try to read all of your messages, and we want to hear from you. So if you have something to say about a story, we would love to get some video from you. Keep it around 20 seconds and sound off, and who knows, you could appear right here on the show. Again, Jason Show TV and my personal account, Jason Matheson, where you'll find a lot of Disney and dog pics. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to wrap things up with Kendall right after these words. Welcome back, everyone. Just reading your comments here on the, the Jason Show Fan Club does a running chat on Facebook. Just search for Jason Show Fan Club, and they chat away as they watch the show with their coffee. Hi, guys. Kendall joins me now, and Kendall, Anna Marie Mason, just wanted to say, I love some good positivity. She just wanted to say, you look beautiful today. So, Kendall, let me share that positivity. You look beautiful today.
Thank you, Anna Marie. That's nice.
Yeah, and she writes...
I don't know why I have a southern accent when I thank people.
It's all right. She writes, Jason could do better today. No, I get that. No, I'm just joking. I'm kidding. Anna Marie I didn't really say that. No. People are... No, the big hot topics today are Bret and Heather Fox. Oh, don't we love them, Kendall? We always tell people if our guests are... Bret and Heather are exactly what you see on TV, aren't they? Because you see them in studio, Kendall.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they're so nice and totally normal people, just like you would hope they would be, but you don't always get that, so we really love them.
They are, exactly, and then they're talking about trends. A lot of people, plants, we did that segment, Kendall, remember right before the pandemic with Dale Kaye, plants are huge with millennials. There has been a plant resurgence. Do you have any?
I have like 20 indoor plants, Jason. Oh. They're all on vacation right now in my porch.
I don't think I ordered that judgment with my question, but that was like, you should have seen your face. You were like, yeah, I have like 20.
Well, Jace, you should know by now that I'm a total hippie and have all the plants.
I've just never been invited to your house, so I wouldn't know those things. Tomorrow on the Jason Show. Oh, this was so good. Oh, you're not going to get a suntan with the shade I just dropped on you. Coming up tomorrow. Thanks, Kendall. Love you. Coming up tomorrow on The Jason Show, cleaning hacks to save you time and money. Erin Meyer joins us live with the 5 most popular cleaning tips that she's ever done. That's tomorrow. But right now, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And if you are, and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day. Enjoy the weather, and we'll see you back here tomorrow live. Bye, everyone.